All right, guys, we are again on the same point and we are continuing the topic of excessive reagent method. I have told you in just the previous video that we can prepare this excessive reagent method salt either by the reaction of a metal and an acid, metal oxide and an acid, or metal hydroxide and acid, or metal carbonate and an acid. Okay. But which method we are going to take? Remember this thing that if examiner is asking you to prepare excessive reagent method salt, you are always going to take metal oxide and acid. Is that okay right now? Which you are going to take metal oxide and acid. Now this thing should be very much clear to you that if examiner is asking you to prepare zinc chloride by the reaction of zinc and hydrochloric acid, then you have to take zinc only. If examiner is asking you to prepare zinc chloride and nothing else he is telling you, then in that case you have to take zinc oxide and hydrochloric acid. If examiner is asking you to prepare zinc chloride by the reaction of zinc carbonate and hydrochloric acid, then you have to take zinc carbonate. If examiner is asking you to prepare zinc chloride by the reaction of zinc hydroxide and hydrochloric acid, then you have to take zinc hydroxide. Okay. So I am telling you again and again that if examiner is asking you to prepare a salt by suggesting you some of the reactant, then you have to follow the suggestions of the examiner. But if examiner is not telling you any specific suggestion, then you have to select metal oxide and acid always. Okay, let's prepare some salts and then we have a practice. Before moving towards the salt preparation, let me inform you that one of the base will be used, for example, and an acid is going to be used, and as a result what we are going to prepare salt and water. Okay. A base or a metal, you may say the metal category we are going to understand in the same way. Okay. Now, this metal or the base is the insoluble partner, okay? Whereas acid is always the soluble partner, okay? The soluble partner will be in the limited amount. What is the limited amount? That is called as 25 centimeter cube, okay? Whereas the insoluble partner is always in the excessive amount, always in the excessive amount. So you people need to keep this thing in your mind that there will be two partners for ionic press for this excessive reagent method. For this excessive reagent method, I'm repeating my words. There will be always two partners. One will be an acid and the other partner can be a metal or any base. Acid will be the soluble partner, whereas metal or a base will be the insoluble partner. Insoluble partner will be always in the excess, whereas the soluble partner, which is an acid, will be always in the limited amount. And what is that limited amount? It is always 25 centimeter cube. How we can take that 25 centimeter cube? Either with the help of a pipette, or with the help of a burette, or with the help of a measuring cylinder. We cannot use a beaker for rough measurement. Make this thing very, very clear. Okay. So you can say this thing that 25 centimeter cube of the acid is taken with the help of a measuring cylinder or graduated cylinder. Okay. Graduated or measuring are those apparatuses on which there are specific marks and a student can read the reading on that apparatus. Okay. So right now I am taking you to the example. One of the very, very famous example is preparation of copper sulfate. Okay. This is one of the very famous question of excessive reagent method. Okay. So for example, examiner is asking us to prepare copper sulfate. Now we are going to decide that either we are going to prepare it through titration method or excessive reagent method. No, it is soluble or not. Yes, it is soluble. How it is soluble? All sulfates are soluble except lead, barium and calcium. It means that copper sulfate is soluble. Okay. Number 2 point is this, that either it is part of group number 1 or no, it is not part of group number 1 and it is not part of ammonium family as well. So how we are going to prepare it? Through excessive reagent method. Now copper sulfate, the formula CuSO4 is telling you that which acid will be used in this case? H2SO4. What will be the name of H2SO4? Sulfuric acid. Now sulfuric acid is going to react with what? CuO or CuOH twice or CuCO3 or Cu itself. Remember this thing, that as if examiner is not giving you any reactant, then I am suggesting you, I am asking you again and again, take metal oxide always for excessive reagent method. Okay. Now we can say this thing that this is CuO and it is now going to react with H2SO4 and it is going to give you CuSO4 along with water. Okay, we have prepared this salt, done. Okay, now is this equation balanced or not? Yes, this equation is balanced. Do we need to write always a balanced chemical equation? Yes, we have to write always a balanced chemical equation. Can we write the points in the balancing of chemical equation? Yes, you can write the points in the balancing of chemical equation. Can we write 2.5? Yes, you can write 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, not 2.2, not 2.7. Okay, please be aware. You can write 2, 2.5. What is the meaning of 2, 2.5? 2 means 2 and 2.5 means 2.5. 3 means 3 and 3.5 means 3.5. So you can write 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, but not 3.7, not 3.3, not 3.4, not 3.8. I am clarifying the situation very in high detail right now. Okay, right now I am telling you that copper oxide is a base. So you have taken it in the excessive amount. And you can say this thing that sulfuric acid is an acid, and we are going to take it in the limited amount, okay. So how to write this thing? Now I'm writing this salt over here. For excessive reagent method, I guess they will give you like 4, 5 or 6 lines the max, because the method is not that much detailed. Okay, so how to use it now? Okay, 25 centimeter cube of 25 centimeter cube of H2SO4 is added through a pipette through a pipette to the excess of to the excess of copper oxide, full stop. Or you may say excessive amount of copper oxide is added to 25 centimeter cube of sulfuric acid. Okay, sometimes examiner is asking why excessive reagent is always a base. Why base is in the excessive amount? So that the prepared salt is no more acidic, so that the acid reactant may be consumed fully. If acid will be remain there, then the product will be acidic. Okay, if H2SO4 will be in the excess, then CuSO4 will become acidic. The product CuSO4 has some acidic content in it. So that's why base will be added in the excess, so that it may neutralize the acid completely. Is that clear right now? So what we have to say, 25 centimeter cube of sulfuric acid, that is basically the limited amount, is basically added to copper oxide, or is added through a pipette to the excess of copper oxide, full stop. Copper oxide will react with complete H2SO4, full stop. Unreacted copper oxide will be settled at the bottom of the solution, bottom of copper sulfate solution, full stop. Copper oxide is obtained or is separated through filtration, full stop. The filtrate CuSO4 is CuSO4 solution is shifted to china dish, comma, heated till saturation, comma, salt crystals are separated through filtration, washed with alcohol, and dried in the folds of filter paper. So this is how we can write the method for the salt preparation, which is called as excessive reagent method. Now I'm going to take you to the next page to make further practice regarding excessive reagent method. We can prepare, let's suppose we are preparing strontium nitrate, okay? Strontium nitrate is a salt of group number 2. How we know this thing? First of all, I will write down the formula. Strontium nitrate has a formula SrNO3 twice. Now the point number 1 is this, that how we know that it will be prepared by excessive reagent method, because strontium nitrate is a soluble salt. How we know it is a soluble salt? In the solubility table I have told you that all nitrates are soluble without any exception, okay? All nitrates are soluble. Number 2 point is this: strontium is a salt of group number 2, so it is not part of group number 1, so it will be prepared by excessive reagent method. Strontium nitrate formula is telling you that which acid will be used in this case. The acid will be HNO3. How we know that it is HNO3? Because to provide nitrate part, we have to add nitric acid, okay? Now, along with nitric acid, what else can be taken? We can take strontium hydroxide, we can take strontium oxide. Again, the same thing. If examiner is not asking you for a specific thing, then you should take strontium oxide, okay? So here, for example, I am taking strontium carbonate, okay? I am not taking strontium oxide this time. I am taking a different example, strontium carbonate. For example, examiner is asking you, prepare strontium nitrate by the reaction of strontium carbonate with an acid. So which acid will be that? That will be the nitric acid, and the one of the partner, he has told you strontium carbonate. Now along with strontium nitrate, what else products will be formed? As it is a carbonate, so the carbon dioxide is the expected product and water will be the expected product as well, okay? So now we can say this thing, that how to write this salt now. excessive amount of strontium carbonate. What will be the formula of strontium carbonate? SrCO3. Guys, don't forget this thing, that CO3 is a radical, is a polyatomic ion, and it has a charge of -2. It has a charge of -2, and Sr is a part of group number 2, hence it has a charge of +2. So what will be the formula of strontium carbonate? SrCO3, okay? So excessive amount of SrCO3 is added to 25 centimeter cube of HNO3, full stop, mixed well, okay? So as this is a carbonate, so carbon dioxide gas is being produced in this case. So you people should know this thing, that how to mention carbon dioxide production in the method, okay? Mixed well, bubbles will be produced. Why bubbles will be produced? As carbon dioxide gas is being produced, that's why bubbles are being produced. Bubbles will be observed due to carbon dioxide, full stop. When bubbling or effervescence, effervescence is another word for bubbling, okay? When bubbling will be stopped, comma, reaction will be completed, full stop. Unreacted strontium carbonate will be obtained through filtration as residue, full stop. Strontium nitrate solution, which was what? Which was a filtrate, is obtained as what? Is obtained as which was filtrate, is obtained and shifted to China dish, heated till saturation, heated till saturation. Salt crystals are filtered, full stop, washed with alcohol, and dried in the what? In the folds of filter paper. So this is how we are going to write the method for the excessive reagent method. Here I have taught you in this video what we can do for the reaction between metal hydroxide, metal carbonate and acid, and metal oxide and acid. Okay. Metal oxide and metal hydroxide will react in the same way except for the balancing of a chemical equation. If it will be a metal itself, then unreacted metal will be settled down at the bottom. Okay. So please be careful about that how you are going to separate the excessive reagent through filtration. Remember this thing that insoluble excessive reactant will be obtained as residue and the salt solution will be obtained as a filtrate always. Residue is something which is collected as the top of the filter paper and is insoluble, whereas filtrate is something which is trickling down through the filter paper. And this is the way to prepare the salts through excessive reagent method. In the next video, I am going to upload the methods regarding ionic precipitation. Thank you very much, guys.